this morning. You know, there's a lot of talk out here about the weather. The media is talking about all this rain, and well, where we come from, we have snowbanks as high as a cymbal wall, so we're quite happy to be here for the week. My name is Stacy Montgomery Clark, Senior Vice President of Sales and Marketing, and it is an absolute pleasure to welcome you here today to our annual press conference. 2017 is off to an incredible start, and before we get to the news, I just want to take this opportunity to thank the media for your tremendous support throughout the year. This industry is very important to have, or very lucky to have a group of people like you all, so thank you very much for your support. So this morning we have three things. First, we have a creative offering of new cymbals and sounds, something for everyone this year. Second is new additions to the Bops lineup. Bops continues to grow for Sabian around the globe, and these new products are sure to fuel that growth this year as well. And third, we have some exciting new initiatives in our Sabian Education Network. So to kick things off, let's bring up the president of Sabian, Andy Zildjian.
Hi everybody, thanks for coming. We're excited about this year for a few different reasons. One, the creativity that you'll see in some of the cymbals that are coming up here, the marketing that we have for this year. I love the way that we work with craftsmanship, diversity of sound, and the vault access. And what are those things? Diversity of sound, everything that you see up here, all the new cymbals that are out here, that comes from Mark and our team working with artists who are on the leading edge of sound and trends to give us a step forward so we can be future forward on our products. Anyway, to talk more about our products, I'd like to bring up the doctor, Mark Love.
Hey everyone, how's everyone doing? We're very excited to be here this year. We've been very busy over the last year. We're so busy, actually, that we had to bring one of the hand hammer guys with us to keep making cymbals while we're here. We've got some exciting new product to run through. I'm going to start with the Holy China. A number of years ago, we introduced the Holy China with Chad Smith. We call it the Monster of Loudness. It was his desire in a China cymbal was to create the loudest China possible. But over the years, we've had many requests for effects in smaller sizes. So this year, we're coming out with the 8, 10, and 12-inch sizes. Different hole configurations depending on the size. It's the same raw bell design, the high profile, and the wider lip. It's available in natural and brilliant finish, and it's a very aggressive attack, a Kang-like cymbal that I'm sure a lot of the drummers are going to want to add onto their kit. This is a 12-inch. Also this year we have an addition in the Aero Splash. We've had the Aero Crash for 2 years now, and again the same hole pattern as the Holy China, but this cymbal sound actually falls between the air splash and the ozone. So it's a different type of sound. It's more sensitive, more reactive. You can play it with your hand, play with a stick. Again, 8, 10, 12, brilliant or natural finish. The Aero Splash. Next, we have the Ballistic Crash. This is in our V8X line. This was, I think, two years ago, we came up with a remastered B8 line called B8X. Now, the B8X doesn't have a lot of effect cymbals in that series, so we thought this was really fitting. We've applied a very aggressive hammer peen on a thinner cymbal, and it's made a really high-pitched attack cymbal. And we applied the hammer marks on the bottom so that the pitch bend goes up. So it's a loud, aggressive sound. Typically this metal is known for the pitch and the higher frequencies. So this creates a very loud, aggressive sound. The V8X Ballistic. This is also available in 16-inch too. This is the 18. Next, for effects, we have, in addition to the XSR line, we've got the Fast Stack. It's a combination of a 16-inch China and a 13-inch cymbal or a top cymbal. It's a very high profile, very wide lip, thin weight. And the XSR, we've used what we call trickle-down technology, where we've taken things we've learned over the years with the Evolutions, the Explosions, some of our more popular series, and we found a way to make these more affordable so we can pass that savings on to the consumer. So the 16 XSR China, typically these are made to be mounted as a stack, but they're also great individually. So I'll play them individually first. And the 13-inch, which nestles inside that China, is just a medium weight 13, and you can see it has the accelerator edge. So that helps fit in there nicely and adds more sizzle and pop to the attack. But it also can be used as an individual cymbal if you want to break them up. And this is the combination. This is the China and the 13 as it's meant to be mounted. Getting away from effects a little bit, we've got, in addition to the artisan lineup, we've added 14 and 15 artisan light hats, medium thin top, medium bottom, offered in 14 and 15-inch sizes in natural and brilliant finish. And I've got the 14s here to demonstrate. They have that character of the artisans, very rich, very aggressive, just a nice tone. You know, the combination of the heavily hand hammering and the HHX creates a beautiful instrument. This year, with Dave Weckl out on the road with Chick Corea, his needs have changed a little bit, and over the years we worked on many different series, the Evolution, the Legacies. In the past year, Dave got together with us, and we worked on a couple of new models in the Evolution. The 21-inch ride. It's not just in a larger size made the same as the 20. This has more added cold work, so it's a little bit more controlled. It looks very similar, but it's made a bit differently. So it has a little bit more control. And also we've added a larger crash. With more requests for large crash cymbals, we've added the 19-inch Evolution crash. So this is a 21 ride. I'll play that. And the 19 Evolution, very thin, buttery, the way all the Evolutions are meant to be. The 19 Evolution crash. There we have a great lineup, 6 line extensions. We've got one more coming up a little bit later. We'd like to thank all the drummers and percussionists out there for all their inspiration and allowing us and our artisans to be as creative as we can be. So thank you very much. I'd like to bring up Louis Cardosa, Gong Bops brand manager. Thank you.
Good morning. Say hello to Anderson Quintero. We traveled here very late, got up very early this morning to be here, so thanks, man. On behalf of the entire Gong Bops team, thanks for being here. We had a great year in 2016. We experienced a lot of growth on all fronts. Customers, sales, and our artist roster grew in leaps and bounds, which is important for us as a company because we're a very artist-driven company and we rely on our artists to develop the most authentic sounding Latin instruments in the world. And we've got a lot of great ones, and let's get right to it because I know you've all got places to go. We're going to start with our Mariano drums, and you can see images up there on the screen. We've been hearing from people for years that these drums should have that classic Cuban look chrome hardware on them. We finally did it. These are durian wood drums with genuine calfskin heads and chrome hardware, and they sound amazing. And feel free to come by our booth. It's right across the hallway after the press conference. Next up, we've developed some more instruments with Daniel de los Reyes of the Zach Brown Band. Danny loves rustic, distressed-looking wood and metal, so we released his cajon last year. It had that kind of barnboard wood look, very warm-sounding cajon. We've got new instruments to match that. This year we've got a tambourine modeled after the classic Ludwig tambourine, great-sounding, hammered brass jingles, and we've got two new shakers, a stage shaker and a double arena shaker. Next up, a really unique cajon we developed with Walfredo de los Reyes, who was supposed to be here this morning, but he's not well, so we all wish him a speedy recovery. This is a really cool cajon designed for percussionists who play with foot pedal instruments like bells, hi-hats, kick drums. We've got a whole setup across the hall there with a kick drum and a hi-hat and a pedal. And the design and shape of that instrument is made so that you don't have to straddle a cajon awkwardly when you play. Great sounding cajon. Come and hear it after the press conference. And last, these we're really excited about. Luisito Quintero, who is Anderson's father and had flight issues getting here this morning. So Anderson has kindly agreed to demonstrate them for us. These are chrome over steel timbales, Remo heads, amazing hardware, and an incredible stand. So let's listen to them for a little bit here with Anderson. Love us. Thanks, brother. So that's about all we have. Actually, I'm glad he hit that crash. I want to talk a little bit about that too. That's an HHX crash we developed for Luisito as well. It's specifically designed for timbale players, and it's a great sounding instrument. So feel free to come across the hall after the press conference and check out all our new stuff. Thanks very much. I'd like to introduce a man who needs no introduction, but he deserves one. Joe Bergamini is our director of the Sabian Education Network. And say hello to Joe.
Good morning, everybody. Joe Bergamini, run the Sabian Education Network. We're 2 years into the program now. We're reaching thousands and thousands of drummers all across the world. You can visit Sabian Ed as an education, sabianed.com to join. If you are a drum teacher or you own a store or any institution that has a drum teacher, please join us. You have to apply, and you can have any number of students. You can teach privately, you can teach in college, any institution. We're providing professional grade assistance to drum teachers to get more students, keep them longer, and inspire more drummers to play. And we have a bunch of great initiatives we're doing. There's some members here. Actually, we're going to have a members meet up 3 o'clock here in the booth tomorrow. We have an engaging forum that's very high level, talking about everything related to the drum teaching business. It's working great, super engaging. It's private. You have to be a member to check it out. We have webinars for our members given by some of the top drummers in the world. This year alone, we had Billy Cobham, David Garibaldi, Rich Redman, Jim Riley, Mark Schulman, the great Mark Giuliano, who you're about to see in a minute. And next week we have my good friend Andres Ferrero from Hamilton. So, and it's all content related to education and getting more drummers to play. We're also doing live events. This past year we were in Boston, Los Angeles, Toronto, and we always do an event at the Percussive Arts Society convention. So we're looking to build a program and do new things. You're going to be hearing about some sales initiatives this year, and we're going to start offering customized things for different teachers. So the Sabian Education Network is growing. We hear a lot of talk about the industry getting smaller. Sabian's doing something about it with this program. We're aiming to get more people playing, inspire teachers to be better at what they're doing, get more people playing music so that we can all benefit. I'm really excited about it and want everybody to join us in this program. So on that note, teaching can be a really inspiring thing, especially when you're lucky enough to have a wonderful person who goes on to build a career as one of the greatest jazz drummers playing today. And I had the honor of being his teacher. And I'd like to bring him up right now to demonstrate some of the new product. This is Mark Giuliano.
That was great, Mark. Actually, Mark came to the factory a couple of years ago, and he was one of the first ones to get some of these prototypes. And we've talked back and conversed a number of times over the last couple of years, trying to refine these and get them to where they are today. So Mark, maybe you can give us your opinion of what you're hearing and what you're feeling in Cymbals.
Well, number one, they're beautiful. And thank you to everybody at Sabian for the incredible hard work. It was a big joy to see the changes along the way. And I appreciate you guys having such an open mind and attention to detail. And unfortunately, we can't enjoy the quieter nuances at this moment. But please, when you get a quiet moment, check out what these can do at quieter volumes, because a lot of the playing I do lives in that realm. And they're incredibly expressive and just a joy to play.
Yeah, now, just going over the models, we have the 20 and 22 ride. There's only one weight. In the hi-hats, we have the 14-inch and 16-inch, which is the medium-thin top, medium to medium-heavy bottom. Now, there's minimal lathing on them, as you can see. There's kind of a lining. We leave some of the tin oxide there to control the overtone. They have a lower profile bell. And the key factor in these that make them as unique and as they are is the hammering process. There's actually 3 different hammering processes. So there's a tremendous amount of cold work that actually goes into creating these instruments. And you'll see some of that here this week with one of our hand hammer guy, Dwight Grant, here to demonstrate some of that. But you know, we're really happy with how they turned out. And Mark made them sound beautifully. So thank you very much. I'd like to now bring up Andy Zilligan in closing. Thank you.
Well, okay, I hope that you can see some of the things that we're excited about with this year. I wanted to tell you about something that over the past few years, we've been trying to define ourselves and make sure that we are all following the correct path and make sure that we're all doing the right thing. And I think that's coming to fruition quite well. We've got our couple core values and the things that separate us from everybody else. Core values, we have a passion to perform. And I think you can see that in some of these things here today. I'm going to speak to that again in a second. Genuineness in the way we approach everything that we do, that we want to be honest, that we want to have real product, real instruments that we inject our soul into, because that is what makes an instrument an instrument. That and family. And that's the relationships that we have, not only inside, but outside, the way we relate to everybody. And all those three have been acknowledged in the past quite well, and we're very happy with that. But again, I need to say, the validation on what we've been doing with product, with the way that we approach everybody, the relationships we have with everybody, was once again validated with Music Inc. Supplier Excellence Award for 2016. I'm very proud of us winning this. So thank you all for everything that you all do. And hey, have a great show.